Hola. This is a bit different, isn't it? So, different location. This is not Bigfoot Woods anymore. How you doing? So, today I'm out a walk on the sunny beaches of Gran Canaria, just outside Maspalomas. But one thing's come to... One thing I've realised, it's probably taken me about 13 years to realise this, but one thing I've realised is this kind of thing's important. But I'll get to that in a minute. I'll explain what I'm talking about in a minute. What I do need to be careful of is these beaches they're not nudist beaches, but they are, people sometimes wear very little clothes, right, which I've kind of noticed walking along here. So I've got to be careful with the camera. So if anything pops up in the background, I do apologise. I'll try my best to avoid it. But yeah, if you're new here, my name's JJ John, owner and operator of Scotland's original beard care brands, Braw Beard, started in October 2012, and this is a YouTube channel where we do these videos where I go for a stroll and just blather, and it's relatively new, this series, stroll series. We do beard care tips, podcasts, that kind of stuff, behind the scenes vlogs. But this is a stroll series where I just go for a walk and blather about random things. But the thing I'm talking about today is taking time out, man, because I'm on a family holiday. This is back there is a family resort that we're staying at. And this is towards the end of the trip, right? So we actually go home tomorrow. But when you're watching this, I will be back in Scotland because the internet is terrible here. So to be honest, I've got my laptop, right? I've hardly turned it on because I'm trying to avoid doing as much work as possible because I'm trying to enjoy a family holiday. My kids are very young. My wife's here, and just try to spend some quality family time, right? Which is something I try and do as much as possible, but I've never really done like this before. I'm always doing some sort of work, and it's taken me a while to kind of realise that. I've spent so long building the brand, and like I used to work 7 days a week, and then kids came along, and I managed to whittle that down to like 5 days a week, like a normal job. But I was going to say an entrepreneur. I'm not an entrepreneur. I hate the term entrepreneur because I'm not one. Entrepreneurs, I believe, are people who they come up with all different ways to make money in different avenues and stuff. I'm just happy being a business owner, Braw Beard. So let's go down here, man. This is a bit risky. I don't know if you can tell in the video already, but this is a very, very rocky beach, right? As in very rocky. And I'm walking down to the sea here. So we might end up in the sea. I don't know which way the tide's going. It's coming in or out, I'm not entirely sure. We might get stuck here. But yeah, the point of this is, man, I hope you can hear this okay. I've got the microphone on, got loud waves, got rattling rocks. I'm hoping you can hear this alright. I am kind of stuck down here actually. I kind of got myself stuck. And it's not so easy to get back up, look. So you're in this with me, right? Let's get back up to this path and then I can walk along there, it'll be easier. Will it be easier? Nah, fuck it, we like a challenge, don't we? We like a challenge, let's do this. If I get wet, I get wet. I'm going to get wet. There's big waves coming in. Right, that's a big one, right? Every 7th wave I think is a big one. Let's get out here. Oh man, this was a mistake. Hey, where was I going with this video? Oh yeah, taking a break. Taking a holiday. And it is a holiday, it's a family holiday, right? We're not going on holidays every year and that kind of stuff. So the opportunity came along to come on or book a holiday to Gran Canaria with the kids and my wife. And so that's what we've done, man. We've had it booked for 500 days, I think the calendar said. The countdown calendar. It said 500 days. Look at this, here's an airplane coming. Not quite the RAF ones we had in the other video, but there's a wee tiny airport over there, which I've got a funny story about in a minute. But yeah, I've been working so hard for so long, and it just becomes second nature, just working flat out all the time. And I say flat out, and I mean it, like there's not many, I don't have much free time, put it that way, right? So I'm always doing something. And it's usually work related. And I'm going to jump up here because I bet that's really loud. It's always work related, the stuff I'm doing, right? So even when it comes to taking time out like this for the family, I'm still doing some sort of work. And then even then it's taking like a week for me to decompress and switch off. I'm still answering emails and stuff like that, but it always takes like a week for me to actually feel like I'm on holiday. And then by that point we're getting towards near the end of the holiday, so but okay, that's what it is. But it's one of them, like the kids' entertainment, the kids' enjoyment of the holiday, that always comes first. And by the time they go to bed, especially when you're in a place like this, there's so much to do. You know, you get like an hour or two to yourself before you go to bed and then start it all over again. So even this is flat out, but it's good fun. It's just different, flat out. But yeah, definitely need it because I've got a really busy end of the year coming up, which I've kind of been doing a wee bit work on here. Just when the kids do go to bed, been doing some work on it, and that's in motion. So we've got actually 3 collaboration products coming up, right? 3 coming up. One is going to be in October, I think. One at the end, no, it'll be 2 at the end of October, and then 1 in December. So they're happening, and that's kind of been working on that the last few months. Or one's almost been the last year, to be honest. But the last few months has been getting a lot of work on these collaborations. And then we'll have the Braw Friday weekend coming up in November. And then we'll have Christmas. And then we'll have the champs. And I've got some exciting announcements for the championships when they come around. Some interesting things happening there, which will get announced soon. Sorry, I'm looking over there. I just seen a splash in the water, right? I've been walking along this beach for the last week or so, right? And I keep looking out there thinking I might see a dolphin or a fin or a shark or something. We've been here once before, before Casey was born. It was just me, Danny and Elaine. And we went for a boat tour and to see dolphins, which we've seen. But on the way back in, we've seen a hammerhead shark, right? Which was really cool. But it's kind of put me off going in the water. I really like hammerhead sharks. I think they're really cool. So I was glad I seen one in the flesh. But kind of put me off going back in the water, I'm not going to lie. So every time I look out there, I'm trying to find a fin or a dolphin or something like that. It would be cool. It'd be cool to see. But yeah, so I don't know, I'm just kind of walking and talking here, but it's kind of the whole point of the Stroll series. Just the leather. But that's the kind of point I'm making, I guess, is taking time out to focus on other things, because like when I was in the build up to this holiday, I was getting everything ready, and then we done the World Beard Day sale as well, which was crazy busy. So thank you very much for your support there. There was a lot of orders there, and then pretty much after that I got all the orders cleared and went straight into this holiday. So I put a message on the website saying any orders placed after the 6th will go on the 22nd when I'm back, which is in a few days time. And I've only had one email asking where their order is, so I try and make it as obvious as possible with pop-ups on the website, a banner on the website. The main homepage graphic is that saying all the information's there, send out emails, social media posts. And I understand there's so many ways you can get to the website, so some people do miss the message. So I've only had one message asking where their order is, which is not bad going, to be honest. So yeah, it's been flat out in the build up to this, and then it'll be flat out when we get back, because we're moving house as well. So that's basically, when we get home, we've got a week until we move house. I never do anything easy, never do anything in halves. It's always flat out. So that's how this is going. It's been nice chilled for like 10 days, and then moving house, and then into October, which is Brawberry's 13th anniversary, where we're releasing new products and that kind of stuff. And then November, December, yeah, so there's a lot going on. So this break has been good to put a wee They put a wee stopgap in crazy busy times, but it's good because when you get a wee reset like this, you can come up with more creative ideas, which has happened. Like the collaboration product we're working on, or one of them we're working on, is I can't say who it's with, but the graphic we've done, the label's pretty much done, right, apart from one bit, and it's like the main feature of the graphic. I just see that big waves down there. I just seen a crab get fired up into there. I'm going to move over here because there's a bit of spray there. So the main graphic for this label, I was waiting on I used a photo as like a placeholder for just to get the label signed off, really. So there was a graphic on it, but we couldn't use that because it was licensed. Someone else owns the right to that graphic, or that photo. So I was waiting on getting a photo from the person that we're doing the collaboration with, a royalty-free one that we could use for the label, and then we decided that we're going to go with a cartoon version. So for those of you who are new here, that may seem like a strange change from Braw going by a cartoon, but if you see the collaborations we've done before, where we've done with Brooke McDonald, we've done with Wolverine, and then the Mrs. Braw range, and then Jamie Coward's one, I use the same artist to do these cartoon versions of people. So there's another aeroplane. So yeah, we do these cartoon versions, which are really, really cool. So we'll be doing that, I think. So I got that sketch sent to me this morning. So sending it off to the person who we're doing a collaboration with. They say they love it. So that's going into full illustration now. So that should be done, what day is it today? It's Wednesday today. It should be done by Friday, I'm told. And then once I get that final illustration done, I can send it to the person I'm doing the collaboration with, get them to sign it off, final sign off, and then it'll go to print. So that should be ready for the end of October. There is another one I'm doing that'll be in end of October as well, and I think I'm going to do a Halloween t-shirt as well. So every time we get to October for the anniversary, we always release new products, and it's also a chaotic time. So this break has been good for creativity, that kind of stuff, and just a bit of relaxation as well. But like, I've had this camera here the whole time, and this is well, we go home tomorrow, so like, it's been nice to switch off a wee bit. And if you see the social media posts, I've hardly done anything. I've done wee bits here and there, but yeah, pretty much nothing. So I'm being selective here, because this beach, like I said, there are people who sunbathe topless and stuff, so I'm just trying to avoid getting that on camera, just for their privacy, obviously, but also YouTube. I don't want banned for that kind of thing. What else will I take? Oh yeah, that airport. The airport I was talking about along there.
Hello, JJ here from the future. I hope you're well. I just wanted to say 76.4% of viewers are not subscribers to this channel. Could you please do me a solid and subscribe to the channel? It really does help. If not, it's totally cool, but if you can, I really appreciate it. Anyway, back to the video.
So like, if you follow me for a while, you know that I like aviation, right? I'm not a big plane geek or anything like that, but I've always wanted to try and get my private pilot's license, right? So I've been and done a lesson and that kind of stuff, and I've put it on the back burner, right? Because the airport's kind of far away from me. I'm flat out with Braw. I don't have time. I'll get to it at some point if I'm going to do it. But anyway, I quite like Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? It's the game on the Xbox where it's, you know, it's a flying simulation game, where it's true to life as you're kind of going to get on a mainstream console. So you can fly different aeroplanes and stuff. You can do lessons and all that kind of thing. And I quite enjoy that game. So I've been flying the planes and that for a bit. And I thought, when you first get these games, right, you just kind of fly about your local area and spot landmarks and stuff, and it's pretty cool. And the first proper kind of flight I thought I'll do was a flight to Gran Canaria. Right, this was before we came the first time. But fly from Edinburgh to Gran Canaria and see what it's like flying in. Obviously you cut out the middle section because that's boring as fuck, right? So you just you take off Edinburgh, get out the kind of airspace, and then cut to the next bit. You cut to landing, and that's what I done, right? So I was coming in, and I forget what plane I had. Doesn't really matter anyway. It was one of the big ones, right? Had one of them flying in, and I was trying to land on the runway, and I couldn't land on the runway. I kept overshooting the thing, right? And just kept going down, like bouncing along the runway and overshooting it, and then I don't know, maybe tried this 4 or 5 times and just still could not get it. And I couldn't work out what was wrong, right? So I tell you, I had to be looking at Google Maps on my phone, and I was landing at the wrong fucking runway. I think I've not looked in it in too much depth, but there's like I know of 2 airports here, right? There's the main one, which I was meant to land at, and then there's the wee one, which is just right next to the hotel, where these guys are landing, right? So if I had a wee Cessna like that, I could have landed no problem. But the fact I was trying to land a jet on a private runway, I should have known that. Here's me talking about wanting to get into aviation and stuff, right? Getting into flying. Can't even notice a big runway versus a wee runway. But anyway, it was a bit crack. And then I realised I was at the wrong airport, so I landed at the correct one, and it was all good. It was all good. I tell you what, though, we were sitting here yesterday, not here, a bit further along yesterday, and I was watching the airplanes landing and trying to land, but it was really windy here yesterday, right? So it was quite interesting watching them come in. They were coming in and they were having to abort. See, I was saying this to Elaine, it looked like they were aborting the landing because it was windy. There is a chance they were just practicing aborting a landing or practicing kind of stop and goes. I think, I can't remember the right term, but they basically come down, skip the runway and back up. I don't know if they were doing that. But the runway's just over there somewhere. The airport's just over there, so yeah, that's kind of my blather. Is it's nothing really. This is really just a stroll. You've come on me with a stroll along a lovely coastline, and I've just been blathering. I guess the main point of this video was I needed to take a break, spend some quality family time in between 2 very, very busy periods. Like this summer, I don't know what it's like for other beard care brands, right? But see, for Braw, historically, the summer's always kind of quiet. No, I wouldn't say quiet, but it's the quietest season of the year. And, you know, I tell people that when people ask. And I don't know the specific reason for it other than people maybe shave their beards back. They trim their beards back in the summer because it gets hot. Or maybe they're spending money on summer holidays, or I don't know, but it definitely does take a dip in the summer. But that said, this year has been the busiest Braw has ever been, right? So this is the busiest year ever for Braw, right? So this summer has been really busy. Now I don't know if that means this winter's going to be absolutely manic busy, or if it's just been like a different summer. I don't know. But anyway, it's been a busy time coming at these two weeks. Was a kind of perfect time for me to take a break, and also it was Elaine's birthday when we've been away, so it worked out ideal. And then going back to, well, moving house, and then yeah, Robbie's anniversary, so it's all go, man. It's good, it's all good. And I'm going back with a fresh, clear head as well, to get stuck into these collaborations. And there are a couple of other wee challenges that come with that I need to kind of still sort out, but that's a plan for another day. Although, one pain in the ass I've got to deal with is, I'm about to check my phone, I'm expecting a delivery today at the lab. I've been waiting on this delivery for about 6 weeks, and I was told yesterday it's arriving today, and someone needs to be there to receive it. I'm like, that is a pain in the ass because I am in a different country. So I'm waiting on a phone call from the courier. We'll see how that goes, I don't know. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. I'm getting back to the kind of noisy beach. I say noisy, it's just stones. But It's a really nice sound, but they're just rattling and it's quite loud, so there's not a plane coming over. Man, it's a busy wee airport, like. But then, there it is. It's a busy wee airport, but then, as I noticed yesterday, I was sitting on the beach, that there was a lot of people doing circuits where they were just going, landing, taking off, going back up, and just doing circuits. So they're obviously training for the private license, I think. I'm saying that obviously, like I really know. I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming. But yeah, nice part of the world, man. Right, I'm going to go do another video. I'm going to stop this here, and we'll do another video before I get back to the main resort. I can't really film at the main resort because there's loads of kids. Like I say, it's a family hotel, so there's loads of kids there, and I'm not, you know, I'm not getting them on camera. It's not fair to other families. Someone walking about with a camera. I've seen a few people doing vlogs and stuff, but I just don't feel that. It's not right, I don't think, walking about. So I'm trying to find this quiet spot, which is along this beach. It's not the quietest, but I hope you can hear me. Anyway, I'm going to go. Stay safe, look after yourself. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.